Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out some tracks from an album by an artist named NineFingers titled Loop. Further, we're going to switch over to here where we have 12 tracks. And since I try to review 6 per sort of video, I'm basically going to do the full songs. I'm assuming these are kind of talking bits in between. I'll listen to those in my own time. I'm sure they're fantastic, but I will listen to the Invocation, PTSD, Lillith, Ferryman, Dance on Broken Legs, No Guitar, and then Chicago. So without further ado, we're going to listen to Invocation and hear what we think. Got some nice sort of chorus vocals. Is that a piano? And we've got a very nice tone to that strummed guitar right now.
Lord, as I walk down this path, don't
wow. What an astounding voice.
Lord, as I walk down this path, don't let me fall.
Wow, that drum kit is pristine as well.
This path, don't let me fall. Oh Lord,
What a meticulous beginning to this experience.
Lord, if I keep my face toward the light, let my faith take flight.
Oh, wonderful vibrato then.
Face toward the light, let my faith take flight. Lord, if I keep my face towards the light and walk in your warmth and not aside. Lord, let my faith take flight. Oh Lord, let my faith take flight.
Lord.
What a lovely, wholesome experience we're having so far with Invocation. I really dig the vibes of it. Really chilled out, friendly. There's passion, of course, but it's like calmly contained. It's a lovely, colorful experience we're having so far, and I'm really digging it. Really fantastic time so far.
Lord, help me sing
Oh.
and praise your name.
But I cannot get over the male vocalist NineFingers. That low range.
Praise your name.
It's got such a lovely timbre to it.
This game, let the rocks cry out and stay. Lord, please help me sing.
I'm loving the fact that we've had the male vocalist come in first, then the lady vocalist, and then everybody comes in together for that final invocation. Like, it's beautiful team effort we got here. With an intro to an album, as I'm sure you're all aware, you need a really strong introduction, a really strong start to proceedings to kind of help you to get a vibe of what's going on with the rest of the release. And I'm thoroughly enamored with what I'm hearing so far. It's a thoroughly professional start. And it's just really pleasant to kind of get lost in. I can't get over the restraint that's shown. It's so
My name
refreshing.
is grief, drunk, wandering the streets. I'm breaking bottles and passing out on the boulevard of broken dreams. When you fall in love with madness, that's called having a muse. When you fall in love with sadness, that's a muse times 2.
Damn, there's some deep stuff,
When you
man.
fall in love with death, that's a muse cubed. You're all consumed.
Oh.
You're on some Thanos level bullshit. Load that flask and slam that bullet. He sells all his
PTSD.
He rent.
That was stunning. I am definitely going to listen to the rest of those spoken bits after this review. Wow. I just dig the personality behind this. There's a creative genius at work here. It's fantastic. I love the actual recording where they've recorded him. The mic I've used is a really appropriate for the kind of singer he is.
A pen and a notebook and stories to feed them.
Again, that piano is stunning, and that very quiet, subtle organ to the left kind of reinforce those.
He browsed his phone apps in search of a song. Companions come easy, but they never feed him. He's starving to death in the midst of them all. Are we going to? Are we going to? Are we going to die this way?
Oh, this is gonna be down the rabbit hole a little bit, isn't it? I have a feeling I'm gonna feel some deep feels on this one. The composition itself is very simple, but it's very elegant at the same time. It's got a hopefulness to it, a mild optimism despite the depressing nature of what's being discussed.
We're trapped in the flames.
But here's a wash in effects right now, and it works for him.
Thy secrets deep, where no one can see them. Pack thy secrets deep and hold them close.
Yeah, the stereo field is being fully utilized in a way that's very generous to the listener. I'm constantly being shown new angles to these tracks. I really dig it.
She's tear-stained and windswept. She's only come home 'cause there's nowhere left to go.
Oh man.
Her black eyes match the shade of her track marks, the ones hidden between her fingers and toes. She says, I swear that I'll stay clean. Our daughters, they need me. I just need a place I can.
Nice work having the lady come in here when you're talking about
1 week later, she'll be crouched in the corner, screaming, crying, bleeding, the needles on the floor.
Oh, NineFingers, my goodness, the story. Can I just say how vivid these tales are that he's telling? Like, there's enough space in this music for you to just have time to kind of visualize what he's talking about. And it's some heavy shit, man. This is some heavy shit. This is like, the music is almost neutral. It's like kind of guiding you on with just enough kind of major stuff going on in the key sig to really just kind of keep you there, because again, like, for someone like, wow, I'm blown away by this experience I'm having so far. It's been a long time since I felt kind of taken aback like this whilst listening to music.
Are you going to die this way?
And back to that sort of line, that hook, I suppose. That main theme is repeated throughout on the piano, the organs. And that kind of the brushes on the hi-hat are kind of keeping the very mild percussion going. Kind of a waltz kind of triplet kind of field, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 1. Kind of like you're dancing through the chaos, aren't you?
So I'll back my secrets
That's a slow burn.
where no one can see them all back. My secrets deep and hold them close. Pack thy secrets
Lovely vocal harmony going on here. That's second there where that is a sad interval going on there, but it kind of rounds out into a sort of introspection at the end of it with each repetition.
Let's drink, let's get wrecked, let's press everyone's luck. Oh, nothing but hatred I feed. There's an ocean of rage and it's stuck in my veins, and I can't seem to fight.
There is a grief in the performance of the singer right now.
Daughters, but my strength is now failing me. So won't you please hand me a drink? Won't you please hand me a drink? Won't you please hand me a drink? Won't you please hand me my drink? Now drink. Now drink. Now drink.
I don't know if I want to.
Now drink. Now drink.
Kind of the summary of having to deal with all this really crazy, incredible hardship and horror and having no other way of coping apart from the disillusionment that comes with addiction.
I forget, but there's a bindle on my back, weighed down by these ravens who are clawing at my neck, thought and memory, flying every day over all the world. I worry for thought that he might never return, but I worry more for memory, 'cause when she's here with me, it is guaranteed we'll get fucked up, riled up, and it's too much. My skin's nearly bursting, my whole world is burning. The world keeps turning.
Lillith. I'm loving the what's the word for it?
Wake up.
The innocence of that guitar riff that's being played right now. It sounds like you're getting up for a brand new day
I guess we managed.
with a beginner's mindset, even if you know that it might be the same day every single day.
And the fires, the liars' mad desires to shape the world in their own images. So wake up, darling, wake up. Wake up, darling, wake up. 'Cause I've been thinking that there's a reason that you and I survived the destruction. So
Is this talking about
and you'll be can start it all again.
Is this basically talking about how they've obviously been going through some grief and some sort of really terrible times, but despite what's happened with their complete blowout with all of the alcohol and everything else, they've gotten past it and they've survived it, and they're like, I just don't want to live like this anymore? Is that what this is about?
So wake up, darling, wake up.
Is this wanting a better quality of life despite the setbacks, just hoping the person lying next to you will want to have a better life for themselves as well as yourself?
Cause you look to me like someone I could love. Cause tragedy is etched into your eyes, and I see my reflection, a soul without direction. So take my hand, we can start it all again. So wake up.
All right, because there's a lot of hope in the overall orchestration going on here. The drums are slow and supportive.
Wake up.
The bass gels with the rest of the instruments, nice and sort of foundational. The guitar riffs are kind and full of life. And the lead guitar parts give plenty of space for the vocalist to say what he needs to speak. I love when that lady vocalist comes in to help out. It adds a nice extra bit of color and makes it seem like it's very complete, as if both the man and Lillith are pretty keen to work together on this and make it work. That's a good question. Will Lillith wake up?
So wake up, darling, wake up.
Ooh.
So wake up.
That guitarist's going really nuts on the right side.
So wake up.
Is that to suggest that there is an urgency to it? Like we're heavy near the end. I don't know whether she will wake up. I hope that she does. I kind of have just gotten sucked into these May Fumados now, so
my name is Anger. There's blood covering these hands, and I don't know whose it is, if it's mine or another man's. My Fumado is the only road I travel on. Curse the ague, curse the mirror. I'll battle everyone. I'm soaked in sake, and I'm filled up to my edges. All my molecules pulled equally in opposite directions. Pressure. Adhesive forces warp my sense of self. It's all distorted. I keep a pen on hand to make sure that it's all recorded.
damn.
Love is just like alcohol. Drink deep enough, you're bound to fall. It spins you round, it warms you up. It's poison once you've had too much. I'm drowning.
This music is so pleasant and light-hearted for the most part, and it's deceptive. The lyrical matter is a lot darker than what it suggests. I think it needs to balance out the subject matter in a way, just to kind of make it not as heavy as it could be, you know? So Lillith has decided to neglect, or to not neglect, but like to reject the notion of doing it over again.
You baptize me in waters of invulnerability. See these chains wrapped around my soul, they're meant to drag me down below. I came here to drown. Please don't pull me out.
Oh shit.
My mirror has a loathsome face, a monster staring back at me. There's darkness that's clung on to me, but death might break its tendrils free.
Oh, NineFingers, come on, man. I really hope you're not dealing with this stuff now. Because if you do, man, I really hope that you manage to find the help that you need. Because if this is like what you've been through, wow. Ooh. And looping that chorus, it's pretty catchy. I love the length of the vocal, the word. I love how those notes are held. The piano is a welcome sort of like icing on the cake. It comes in when it needs to, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it adds a nice little bit of high frequency content that otherwise just, yeah, the production is a masterclass.
They want me to sing for them now. Close my eyes and sing that pain loud. Cut my throat and let it all out. No, now my name is leprosy. I've lost the ability to recognize my pain. My sensory receptors disconnected from my brain. I sliced my finger off and felt nothing. So I changed my name.
The poetry is phenomenal.
I've been wincing from the pain of dancing upon these broken legs. My whiskey and my lovers drained away, and I can't remember their names. Ooh.
His vocal range is stunning.
I've been sleeping with my gun. At night I like to hold it in my hand. Its cold caress upon my neck, but I've got singing to do yet.
So is he deciding between killing himself and continuing to do what people want him to do, which is to get through this and to continue become continue to be the artist, despite the pain that he's going through?
I've been writing my own songs, detailing the things that I've done wrong.
I'm trying to figure out what the bomb is meant to represent.
The melody hides in my throat.
I can't like kind of come to grips with the album as a whole in regards to how the music goes with the lyrics. It's a juxtaposition. The only thing I can take away from the nature of the music, like if you took the lyrics away from it, this would be an incredibly relaxing experience, you know what I mean? But when you hear about him putting his gun to his neck, you know, a lot of the other songs are reasonably upbeat again without the lyrics as well. I mean, there were sad parts, but for the most part they were in sort of like, you know, a bunch of major chords. It's almost like he's calm and kind of come to terms with everything despite just how completely insane the situation is. Which is even scarier.
I've been dreaming of a friend, someone who doesn't run from what's within.
He just wants to connect to someone.
Guide me to the shore, lead me to the edge where I could let things go.
Is the music just meant to represent his time as in contemplation, thinking about what's going on around him his day and stuff like that?
Now my name is Spirit Speaker, Missing Finger, the Bloody Nine, the King of Killers. I fought 10 battles and won them all, but each one left a larger scar. Now there's cracks appearing in my walls, my 9 fingers forming into claws. But I'm through the breach, I've gone too far, and there's no bridge back. I burned them all.
Oh,
reckless.
Lovely imagery with that music there in the
I've lost every
Tomatoes.
instinct for self-preservation, blindly crossing streets like Holden, eyes shut, seeking out damnation, filled with visions of you falling, my bloodstained sweater on your body. I'm no longer sure who's falling, you or me. The pavement's calling.
And the last track for today, Chicago. I don't usually listen to every single song on an album, but this has been good enough that I have been wanting to. As a person, I want to.
Hold me close. I need your warmth.
Oh, that delay was charming.
Keep away the cold.
It sounds like he's a lot more alone now than he has been in previous tracks.
But don't let go. Don't let go. The nights get cold, 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 cold. In Chicago.
Is he coming home? Is that what the music is meant to represent? It's just so incredible. I know I said before, like, I guess what I'm trying to sort of communicate is that it's a bit of a surreal experience I'm having with this album, because maybe I'm thinking too deeply about the whole thing. Maybe I'm reading too much into the stuff that I'm listening to. But it's just so insane how well this crafts like an audio visual experience for me. Like, I know it sounds dumb because we're listening to music, right? So that's an audio thing. But it's so easy to kind of imagine like the sun shining and like open fields and stuff like that. Or like the start of a new morning. And this just isn't an experience I have often when I listen to musicians. This is an example of a concept album that has been executed brilliantly. I'm thoroughly stoked. There's not a single thing I can find that's a complaint. It's just, I just wish I could do it again. But you can't.
Let me fall. If I stray away too far,
It would take so long to make something like this.
there's far to fall. I'm sorry for the things I've done. I wish we could just start again. I'll miss you so.
Is this him moving on from what's occurred in the past and
So hold me close. Hold me close. I need your warmth to keep away the cold.
is it like the thoughts of that someone, the happy memories and whatever?
Don't let go. But don't let go.
I just think there's stuff I'm missing in this. I think I'd need to have a listen to this again to kind of catch parts I might have misunderstood whilst I was talking.
Chicago. Then I get cold, 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 cold in Chicago. Then I get cold, 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 cold in Chicago.
Has he moved to get away from all the chaos and the insanity? Is that what we're kind of assuming here? Is that right?
If this is the end of us, I'd thank you for the memories. But all of ours are still boxed up, 'cause we're afraid to let them out. Into the open air where we could embrace all this love we share. But all our fears have tied us down and kept us from the heights we dare. So if this is the end of us, I'd like to lodge a formal complaint to the head of all the universe for assigning me to a broken dream. For I will give you all I have, and you'll hold it for a while and then hand it back. Is this the lesson I'm here to learn? That love's not made to build, but burn.
I'd say this is top 10 best. Probably top 5. Like, top 5 best pieces of music, whether singles, EPs, albums I've ever reviewed. It's very rare that I finish listening to something that someone's produced. Even like from professional musicians, like not just, I'm not just professional, I mean as in like indie level, I mean like top tier major label artists. People who like have multi-million-dollar studios backing them. It's very rare that I have a moment where I'm like, damn, that hit me like a freight train. That was one of the most intense experiences I've had with an album since the early 2010s, I'd say. I think this is... I just don't know what to say about this one. I think a lot of what I wanted to say about the instrumentation, the recording post-production side of things with the mixing and mastering, it was perfect. Because to insinuate that it wouldn't be a 10 would be to say there was something that just kind of didn't rub me the right way. And I think the reason that it would be that, pretty much that, is simply because of the fact that I know that it's got replay value. I can tell by listening to the performances here that there's so much love and care and passion was put into this album. It is very rare that I am even tempted to listen to more than the 6 tracks just because I don't have a lot of spare time, but I'm so glad I did. My understanding of this story is that initially kind of you're in the middle of the craziness and you're like kind of hoping for things to improve, right? And then you start looking into yourself and you realize, oh, hey, maybe things aren't really what I want. And then you start looking at what's around you and you're like, oh, I know I've just had a massive bender, but maybe I can have a future with the person around me. And then you kind of realize the influence that those people are having on you. And you think, actually, I don't really want to live like this anymore. And you want them to come with you, but then they just kind of can't get past that, or they don't want to have a part of that, or there's like an altercation or something where you're just furious and you sort of make a big mistake and you think things get worse. So you have a couple of stumbles and then eventually you get to the point in your life where you're like, actually, it's just time to stop. I honestly think that he's done the best he can. If he's got more than this in the bucket that he hasn't put out, this guy will be huge. And I don't mean just kind of like little bit huge. I mean like huge. Because he communicates, writes, produces, and works with people that know how to pull off something truly special. There's so many ways you can sort of screw up talking about the subject matter of addiction, mental illness, relationships. A lot of these are themes that are talked about a lot in music. There's a high chance that unless you're very eloquent and very, very skilled and careful and you have an incredible amount of precision what you do, that it's going to be just a mess. Or it's going to sound insincere. And then that's even worse. Because if you're trying to write music about subject matter you don't care about, people are going to figure it out and they're going to think you're a piece of shit. And NineFingers just seems like one of the most... He's just an all-round savant. And I'm not sure, I'm just blown away by this. Everyone involved with this did a phenomenally fantastic job. I have no issues whatsoever with saying that this is one of the best albums I've listened to, period. Well done. Well done, NineFingers. You made me think. I'm going to keep that think in the edit, in the final edit, because that's important. You have to include that, because otherwise it just looks like another run-of-the-mill. This wasn't another run-of-the-mill experience. This was huge for me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to feel something I didn't think I'd be feeling. Full stop. That was my review of NineFingers' album, Loop. Hopefully you dug it as much as I did. Please do go check out NineFingers' various social medias. Stay cool, stay safe. Please remember to support your local artists and musicians at this point in time. You need all the help they can get with all the crazy stuff going on in the world? Catch you next review. Spider hands out.